In the heart of the 1900s, behind closed doors and whispered secrets, the world's elite danced on the edge of disaster. These weren't just any gatherings, they were the epic's wildest parties, scenes of unrivaled opulence where fortune swayed like the rhythms of the jazz that filled the air. Yet, amidst the laughter and the clinking glasses, shadows lingered. Each party a storybook of dreams, but for some, a prelude to tragedy. This is the untold saga of ecstasy turning to agony, where the night's embrace concealed fates no one could have imagined. Join us as we unveil the 6 most tragic stories from the 1900s' wildest parties, a journey where revelry meets its somber dawn. Judy Garland's 5th wedding. One can say that Judy Garland's life was one long, wild party. From the day she was introduced to pills at an early age, her life never remained the same. Having a mother who was desperate for her daughter to get famous and make loads of money didn't make things any easier for Judy Garland. But perhaps the most tragic phase of her life were the months leading up to her death. Interestingly, she made a public appearance with her husband, Mickey Deans, on her 5th wedding just months before her death. Her 5th wedding, which looked like the best day of her life, was actually just another party that Judy smiled through. She appeared happy, but anyone who took a closer look at her would have seen that Judy was slowly dying on the inside on her 5th wedding day. It was said that the wedding party was a day marked by excess. This is not surprising considering the circumstances that brought Judy and Mickey Deans together. Judy Garland and Mickey Deans met at her hotel in New York. A mutual friend had sent him to deliver a package of stimulant tablets to her. That initially meeting became the beginning of their romance as Mickey became the calm to her storms. The pair dated for 3 years and were often seen together at public gatherings. In their pictures, Judy always appeared happy and in love, but only close friends and family knew the inner demons she was battling. After 3 years, Mickey proposed, and they later got married in 1969 in London. Judy Garland didn't know that this union would lead to her eventual death. On the 15th of March 1969, Judy Garland and Mickey Deans set out to welcome hundreds of guests to celebrate their love, but only 50 people showed up. It is possible that some of the invited guests knew that Judy Garland should have been focused on healing instead of getting married again. Her daughter, Lorna Luft, would later write in her book that when her mother married Dean, she was at the final stages of prescription drug addiction and dying in front of his eyes. Their wedding was just another opportunity for Judy to take more of the substances that were already killing her. Although there are no pictures of the wild part of the wedding, it is alleged that Mickey Deans allowed Judy to take whatever she wanted. Rosalind Wilder, who worked as a production assistant at Talk of the Town, later said that Mickey Dean gave in to her and fed Judy all the things she wanted. The marriage itself was not any different. Judy, who was already buried deep into addiction, took more pills than ever. It got to a point where her body could no longer take it, and death began to lurk around. Sadly, about 3 months after the wedding, Judy was found lifeless on their bathroom floor. According to the autopsy, she passed away as a result of an accidental overdose of barbiturates. The Viper Room Party. River Jude Phoenix, born on August 23, 1970, was a remarkable American actor and musician whose talent shone brightly in the world of cinema. Renowned as a teen actor, Phoenix transitioned into leading roles in critically acclaimed films, earning widespread acclaim and recognition. Growing up in a nomadic family, Phoenix was the eldest sibling among Rain Phoenix, Joaquin Phoenix, Liberty Phoenix, and Summer Phoenix. His journey into acting began at the tender age of 10, starring in television commercials before making his mark on the big screen. Phoenix's early filmography boasted memorable roles in movies like Explorers, 1985, Stand By Me, 1986, and The Mosquito Coast, 1986. As he matured as an actor, Phoenix embraced more complex and adult-oriented roles, showcasing his versatility and depth. In 1988, Phoenix earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor for his compelling portrayal in the Sidney Lumet drama Running on Empty. However, it was his performance as Michael Waters, a gay hustler in search of his estranged mother, in Gus Van Sant's My Own Private Idaho, 1991, that truly solidified his status as a formidable talent. For his role in My Own Private Idaho, Phoenix received the prestigious Volpe Cup for Best Actor at the Venice Film Festival and the Independent Spirit Award for Best Male Lead, further cementing his reputation as a gifted actor capable of delivering powerful performances. In the year 1993, the streets of West Hollywood buzzed with excitement as Halloween approached, casting an otherworldly spell over the city. Among the revelers was River Phoenix, a young actor whose talent shone like a beacon in the dimly lit corridors of Hollywood. Sadly, his life was about to be cut short. On that fateful night, October 31st, 1993, the Viper Room was a place to be. It was a renowned haven for the city's elite, a popular nightclub pulsating with the rhythm of music, life, and laughter. The lights and the glow of the entire party were enough to lift the spirits of anyone who walked by, and there was an intoxicating atmosphere within. River, his face painted with the mask of anonymity, mingled with the crowd as he had the time of his life. Young and full of life and talent, River loved to enjoy the finer things of life and live on the edge. But as the evening wore on, the atmosphere inside the Viper Room grew increasingly frenetic. The noise and music were reaching a climax, and River had to get some air, so he stepped out, but decided to use the opportunity to take some drugs so he could receive a bigger boost to carry on with the rest of the night. Sadly, this would be the last move he'd ever make. Outside the confines of the club, amidst the throngs of revelers and onlookers, River Phoenix's life came to a sudden and tragic end. His body, racked by the poison of addiction, succumbed to the ravages of an overdose, a cruel fate that robbed the world of one of its brightest stars. In the aftermath of River's death, the streets of West Hollywood fell silent, as if mourning the loss of one of their own. The Viper Room, once a beacon of hedonistic excess, became a somber reminder of the dangers that lurked beneath the surface of the city's glamorous facade. But amidst the grief and the despair, there emerged a glimmer of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of nights, the light of redemption still shines. River Phoenix's untimely death served as a wake-up call to the perils of fame and excess, inspiring countless others to seek help and find solace in the embrace of those who loved them. As the years passed and the memory of that fateful Halloween night faded into the mists of time, River's legacy endured as a testament to the power of art and the resilience of the human spirit. His memory, like a flickering flame in the darkness, continued to burn bright, illuminating the hearts of all who were touched by his brief but brilliant life. John Belushi's Hotel Demons. John Adam Belushi, born on January 24, 1949, was an American comedian, actor, and musician who left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. He rose to fame as one of the original cast members of the groundbreaking NBC sketch comedy show Saturday Night Live. Belushi's comedic genius and boundless energy endeared him to audiences worldwide. Hailing from Chicago, Belushi's comedic journey began with the formation of his own comedy troupe, the West Compass Trio, alongside Tino Insana and Steve Buscekis. His talent caught the eye of Bernard Solins, leading to performances at the Second City Comedy Club, where he crossed paths with future SNL co-stars Dan Aykroyd, Brian Doyle Murray, and Harold Ramis. In 1975, Belushi's star ascended when Chevy Chase and Michael O'Donoghue recommended him to SNL creator Lorne Michaels. After a successful audition, Belushi joined the cast, where he showcased a repertoire of memorable characters, including his uproarious portrayals of Henry Kissinger and Ludwig van Beethoven. Beyond SNL, Belushi found success on the big screen, starring in iconic films like National Lampoon's Animal House, 1941, The Blues Brothers, and Neighbors. His passion for music also flourished as he co-founded the Blues Brothers with Aykroyd, leading to both musical success and a hit film. However, Belushi's personal life was marred by struggles with drug abuse, which threatened his career and led to turbulent times on SNL. Despite facing dismissal from the show due to his behavior, Belushi's talent and charm always earned him a second chance. John Belushi, the irrepressible force of nature whose larger-than-life persona lit up screens both big and small, found himself ensnared in the siren song of fame and fortune. His every move was scrutinized, his every word immortalized, but beneath the laughter and the applause lurked a darkness that threatened to consume him whole. On the 5th of March, 1982, as the city slept, John Belushi's life came crashing down in a torrent of drugs and despair. Inside the hallowed confines of the famous hotel, well known for its boisterous parties and excesses, Chateau Marmont, Belushi's demons finally caught up with him, sealing his tragic fate. As the hours ticked by, the laughter that once echoed through the halls of the hotel was replaced by the deafening silence of death. John Belushi, the beloved jester whose antics had brought joy to millions, lay lifeless on a cold hotel bed, a victim of his insatiable appetite for destruction. After John Belushi's demise, doctors looked closely to see why. They found that he had taken too much cocaine and heroin, which can kill even a healthy person. His body also had some problems like swollen lungs and brain, a big liver, and he was overweight. A woman named Kathy Smith was with him before he died. She told a magazine that she gave him drugs which led to his death. She was put in prison for a while because of this. Some people say Belushi's death shows how dangerous drugs and Hollywood parties can be. It's a sad reminder that fame and living big can sometimes lead to big problems. In the aftermath of Belushi's death, the City of Angels recoiled in shock and disbelief, grappling with the harsh reality of a life cut short by the ravages of addiction. The Chateau Marmont, once a playground for the rich and famous, became a somber reminder of the toll that fame and fortune can exact on those who dare to chase its elusive embrace. But amidst the grief and the sorrow, there emerged a glimmer of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of nights, the light of redemption still shines. Belushi's tragic demise served as a cautionary tale to all who would heed its warning, a stark reminder of the dangers that lurk beneath the surface of fame and fortune. As the years passed and the memory of that fateful night faded into the mists of time, John Belushi's legacy endured as a beacon of laughter and love, a testament to the power of comedy to transcend even the darkest of shadows. Though his voice may have been silenced, his spirit lives on in the hearts of all who were touched by his brilliance, a reminder that even in death, laughter never truly dies. The Auto Crash After Party. Jane Mansfield, born Vera Jane Palmer on April 19, 1933, was an American actress, singer, nightclub entertainer, and Playboy playmate, a sex symbol of the 1950s and early 1960s. She was known for her numerous publicity stunts and open personal life. Although her film career was short-lived, she had several box office successes, won a Theatre World Award and Golden Globe Award, and soon gained the nickname of Hollywood's smartest dumb blonde. She gained popularity after playing the role of fictional actress Rita Marlowe in Will Success Spoil Rock Hunter? 1955 to 1956 on Broadway, which she reprised in the film adaptation of the same name in 1957. Her other film roles include the musical comedy The Girl Can't Help It, 1956, the drama The Wayward Bus, 1957, the neo-noir Too Hot to Handle, 1960, and the sex comedy Promises, 1963. The latter established Mansfield as the first major American actress to perform in a nude scene in a post-silent era film. Mansfield took her professional name from her first husband, public relations professional Paul Mansfield. She married 3 times, each marriage ending in divorce, and had 5 children. She was also allegedly intimately involved with numerous men, including Robert and John F. Kennedy, her attorney Samuel S. Brody, and Las Vegas entertainer Nelson Sardelli. But despite all of the ups and downs that occurred in her life, none of it beat the events that happened on June 29, 1967. On that fateful night in 1967, Jane was in Biloxi, Mississippi, entertaining crowds at a nightclub, as was her custom. After the show, Jane, along with her driver and 3 of her children, embarked on a late-night journey to New Orleans. While the specifics of the events leading up to the accident remain unclear, what is known is that their car collided with the rear of a semi-truck on a dark stretch of highway. The impact of the collision was catastrophic. Jane Mansfield, along with her boyfriend Sam Brody and the driver, were killed instantly. Her 3 children, including a young Mariska Hargitay, who would later become a famous actress herself, miraculously survived the crash with varying degrees of injury. The news of Jane Mansfield's tragic death reverberated around the world, sending shockwaves through the entertainment industry and leaving her fans in mourning. It was a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the unpredictability of fate. even for those who seem to live in the spotlight. While the accident did not occur directly at a party, Jane's late-night travel from a nightclub engagement underscores the fast-paced and sometimes perilous lifestyle that many Hollywood stars lead. Her untimely death serves as a poignant cautionary tale, reminding us all to cherish every moment and to be mindful of the risks that come with living life in the fast lane of fame and fortune. Jonathan Brandis. Jonathan Gregory Brandis was born on April 13, 1976. He was a talented American actor whose career began in modeling before transitioning to television and film roles. From his early days as a child model, Brandis quickly made his mark in the entertainment industry. Brandis first appeared on screens in 1982, portraying Kevin Buchanan in the soap opera One Life to Live. His natural talent and charisma soon led to more significant opportunities, including memorable roles in television and film. Notably, in 1990, he starred as Bill Denbrough in the television miniseries adaptation of Stephen King's It, and later captivated audiences as Bastian Bucks in The Never-Ending Story 2, The Next Chapter. However, it was his portrayal of the young genius Lucas Wollensack in the NBC series Sequest DSV in 1993 that catapulted Brandis to stardom. His character resonated deeply with teenage viewers, earning him a devoted following and regular feature in teen magazines. Despite his professional success, Brandis struggled with personal challenges, and all of this was demonstrated tragically on November 12, 2003. On a seemingly ordinary November evening, Brandis hosted a gathering at his Los Angeles apartment. It was meant to be a joyous occasion, a celebration of his directorial debut short film. Friends and colleagues gathered to toast his achievements and revel in the camaraderie of the entertainment industry. As the night wore on and laughter filled the air, no one could have foreseen the tragedy that would soon unfold. In the early hours of the morning, amidst the fading echoes of merriment, a friend made a grim discovery: Jonathan Brandis, hanging from a rope in his apartment. The news sent shockwaves through Hollywood, leaving his fans and colleagues reeling in disbelief. How could someone so young, so talented, meet such a tragic end? As the details of his passing emerged, the dark underbelly of the entertainment industry was laid bare for all to see. While Brandis's death was officially ruled a suicide by hanging, questions lingered about the pressures and challenges he faced as a young actor in the cutthroat world of Hollywood. The relentless scrutiny of the media, the unrelenting demands of fame, and the constant struggle to maintain an image of success may have taken their toll on Brandis's mental health. In the aftermath of his passing, tributes poured in from colleagues and fans alike, mourning the loss of a promising talent gone too soon. Brandis's death served as a poignant reminder of the importance of mental health awareness and the need for support systems within the entertainment industry. Though Jonathan Brandis's life was tragically cut short, his legacy lives on through his body of work and the impact he made on those who knew and admired him. His passing serves as a sobering reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of reaching out for help in times of need. Heidi Fleiss's parties in the 1990s. To everyone else, Heidi Fleiss was just a woman who enjoyed hosting parties for Hollywood's elite. She knew and understood that Hollywood's elites loved to have a good time and kick back, so she became the enabler for that. She hosted soirées for people like Mike Jagger and Billy Idol, but what a lot of people didn't know was that the parties she hosted were not ordinary parties. Behind closed doors, Heidi was not just a host, she was a Hollywood madam who used her parties to do the unthinkable. If you took one look at her, you would think she was just a smart woman who had incredible social skills, but Heidi was more than that, and it wasn't long before the world discovered who she truly was. Some may contend that she wasn't really a terrible person and that she was just offering what her guests demanded. Others condemn her for doing something so dark and inhumane. Regardless, you be the judge. After a series of investigations, it was revealed that Heidi's parties were usually wild and dark. She usually brought high-class call girls and gave them to her clients, which included movie executives, politicians, and actors. These men would then do all kinds of things with these call girls and pay them huge sums of money. Her parties created an atmosphere for sexual activities, assault, drug abuse, and several other things. Again, it was simply supply and demand. She understood that her guests had dark desires, and she moved to satisfy them with her social resources while making money off it. As a result, her parties were famed all over the corridors of Hollywood for being the in thing and widest thing ever. As a matter of fact, Alexandra Datig, a former high-class call girl, shared her experience at Heidi's party. In her words, "I was expected to have, most of the time, just a straightforward sex act. I was given designer drugs. I was given prescription drugs, a lot of cocaine." Now, it is not clearly documented the kinds of atrocities that went on at these parties, but all we can do is use our imaginations to decipher what these elite stars did with the call girls. But most importantly, with Heidi as host, they could be rest assured of client privilege, and whatever happened at these parties stayed at these purties. She managed to keep hosting these wild parties in the early 1990s until June 1993, when she was arrested by several LAPD officers at her Benedict Canyon home. But even at that, it is to be imagined that a lot of her guests would remember the good old days with glee.